No Advice here with DTV. Sitting next to me is head football coach Reginald Samples, who's had over 25 years of high school coaching experience, 19 playoff games with Skyline in his last 6 seasons, not to mention a 4A state championship appearance with Lincoln. One of his former players was Corey Nelson, who will be playing with the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 50 next week. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, Coach, we're less than a week away from National Signing Day, and all the buzz is all coming down to this moment. And I know we've mentioned before, you've had multiple guys go to the league, and you've had a crazy amount of talent on your hands, and even right now. So can you just tell us some of your former experiences with signing and recruitment?
Well, the first thing, I'm very proud that they did research this past week, 2 weeks ago at the American Federation of Coaches, and they came up with an article that said that I was number 8 in the nation in putting kids in college and number 1 in the state in the last 10 years. So I'm very proud of that. And some of my experiences that I'll never forget in my life is that I've had a couple of occasions where we've had top recruits in the nation that has actually signed live on ESPN. They've done it on live telecast. A personal one was that my son was a top 100 recruit, and he signed live in Oregon at the 7-on-7 national championships. So I've had a lot of great experiences. The biggest thing about it is it's just culminating a lot of hard work for a lot of young men and seeing them be rewarded for their hard work.
That's awesome. And as you mentioned, like your son going all the way to Oregon to sign and all this, it's like, why is it so exciting for these players to sign?
Well, you got to understand that, first of all, it is the beginning of a new phase in life for these students. They are now going from from high school to college. And just like in any field, there's always that next step that everybody dreams of. And in sports, the next big step is to get a scholarship for all of your hard work. So it's just so exciting for kids who have dreamed to do this, and for finally that occasion to come, and all of the pomp and ceremony surrounding it. It's just a great deal.
All that hard work coming into that.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, like as a recruit, what are the steps that they need to take, an athlete needs to take to be ready for all of this?
Well, I think the most important thing is to first understand the process. I think that a lot of times, and probably some of the negatives, is that sometimes there are negatives surrounding the fact that not everybody gets a scholarship. And most of the people that end up negative about it is because they don't understand the process. And I think the most important thing is to understand the process. And the biggest thing about the process is the fact that the whole system has changed. Back in the day where colleges asked high schools for films and they watched the films that the high school gave them, things have now gone to Huddle, which is one of the most sophisticated video forms. And what happens is all of the colleges in the nation are subscribed to Huddle. They watch film, they know what they want. And the biggest thing for high school students I would say, is that just do your best and prepare yourself academically so that once you get to the point that you are a recruit, you're not limited because of your academics.
Exactly. Now, we've talked about the recruits a lot, but you personally, as a coach, how do you prepare for signing day?
Well, for me, it's not a big preparation. The thing that I want to do is I just want to make sure that one of the things that happens on signing day is that at about between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, those colleges are unnerved because what happens is up until now, all high school athletes, all they've done is given a verbal commitment. Verbal commitments mean nothing. So what happens is those colleges are very nervous until they get those letters of intent that the students sign in hand. So one of our biggest jobs is on the morning of signing day is to make sure that after we have the signing, that we take those letters of intent somewhere and fax those letters of intent to the colleges, and then they relax. Because if that doesn't happen, my phone is blowing up off of the wall because a kid can get to the signing table and decide at the last minute that he's going to change his commitment. And that's always really a nightmare for colleges.
And that's, I guess, what the whole hype is about. And now this whole senior class coming out, what advice would you give to any underclassmen that want to sign one day?
Make sure they are educated in the process. They know what it's all about. Prepare themselves academically. And from there, just work hard at their craft as far as being the best football player they can possibly be, because that will take care of itself.
Yeah, coming on to it. And thanks, Coach, for sitting here so long. But final question. Tell us a little about the 2016 signing class coming out of Duncanville this year.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. Well, I guess the first big thing is our most sought-after recruit, Marcel Southall. He's actually undeclared. And so that's a big deal. He's actually, I think he's taking his last visit this weekend to TCU. I know for a fact he's visited Oklahoma, Baylor, Miami, and one other school. So I'm hoping that he will wait until Monday, because that would be a big deal for Duncanville for him to actually commit at that moment on signing day. Besides that, we have two other Division I NCAA school signees. Jaron Bryant is signing with Fresno State. We also have Jaquail Pierce that will be signing with Texas State.
Wow.
Also, John Allen will be signing with Grambling State. So those are four that are NCAA Division I. We have several others that are right now in the process of deciding on junior colleges and NAIA schools, which is a big deal. And I would say this, students need to understand that regardless to what their aspirations are, college is college. The most important thing is to get in college and get a degree. We were in a program just yesterday with one of our former NFL graduates from Duncanville, and one of the things that he said that I thought really was important for our students is that only about 1 out of every 3,000 kids actually make it to the NFL. So the most important thing is getting to college and getting that degree.
Exactly, and that's what it boils down to. And Coach, just thank you for this interview. Thank you for your time, and we've had a great time.
Thank you.
Perfect.